Okay, hello Owen. I'm glad you like your new knife, and I thought I'd make this video for you so that you would know how to use it a little bit better. Papa has several of these knives. Here's the nice green one, and here's a red one, and here's a big one. This one here has lots of different tools in it, and it's bigger, but the one that Papa keeps in his pocket all the time is the smaller one. Okay. And just like the one you have, mine's green, but yours is blue. Okay, so the different parts of the knife, we have the blade, which we use for various different things. We'll get into that in a minute. And then we have the scissors. You know what you use scissors for. Okay, and then we have the toothpick. Sometimes you need to dig something out of a small area, like maybe in between your teeth, or I've used it in all different kinds of ways, the toothpick. And the tweezers. Sometimes Papa has had a sliver or something and he needed something to dig in there and get it out, and the tweezers come in handy. I've used those several times. And then we have the fingernail file. Okay. And after you cut your fingernails, sometimes the edges are sharp, and you can use the file to smooth them out and make them so they're not sharp. And so that's the different parts of the Swiss Army knife. But then how do we use it? Okay, what do we use it the most for? Well, one thing that I use my Swiss Army knife for is when I want to sharpen something. Whoops. Let's say I wanted to make an arrow. Okay, so Papa would take his knife, and I'll stand up to do this, and he would cut pieces of the stick like this. Notice that I'm always pushing away from myself, and I'm never pushing towards myself, because if I did that and it slipped, I could end up sticking the knife in myself. That wouldn't be a good thing, right? So whenever we use the knife, we hold it in our hand like this, and we do it away from ourselves, and that way much safer. Okay, so that's what we use, and I'm using the big blade for that, but of course that's because my hand is bigger. When you use yours, your hand is smaller, and you can use your smaller Swiss Army knife. But some of the other uses that I find helpful is when, get back in my chair here, a lot of times you want to cut a piece of string, okay, and you can do it a couple of different ways. Here's cutting the string with the scissors, okay, but then sometimes you might want to use the knife to cut a piece of string, and so you put the string like this and you cut it like that, and it's supposed to cut it, but it didn't, and that's what happens whenever you make a video. There we go. Okay, cut that. Another thing that I find really helpful, like sometimes when you go to Chick-fil-A and they give you mayonnaise, or if you go to Arby's, they give you Arby's sauce, and they give you these little packets, okay, and they say all you have to do is pull on that, and it, makes it real easy to open. Well, sometimes it's not easy. So what I found, the easiest way to do it without getting the sauce all over yourself is to take my Swiss Army knife and just push it in like that, and then I can rip the top off, and then I can get the stuff out like that, okay? And so comes in really handy. Like when I go to Chick-fil-A, I get mayonnaise for my chicken sandwich, and I use this to open the mayonnaise. All right, the other thing is sometimes you get a bottle and it's got a seal on it. Sometimes it's hard to get those open, but if you take your Swiss Army knife, you can just take it, stick it in there, and set your knife down and Open it right up, just like that. Okay. Once in a while, it's good to put oil on your knife because sometimes you'll get Arby's sauce in it or mayonnaise and it kind of gets gunked up. So you want to keep it working smoothly. So you get some oil. I'm sure your dad has some 3-in-1 oil around the house. And you don't do this all the time, but once in a while you need to do it. And you just put a little oil in there. Okay. A little oil and move it back and forth. And that makes it move nice and smooth. Okay. Just like when it was brand new. And so those are a few of the uses of your Swiss Army knife, and I'm sure you'll think of a lot more. And so I hope you enjoy it, and maybe you'll be like me someday. You'll have one in your pocket wherever you go. All right? Okay, Owen, God bless you, and enjoy your knife. Bye-bye.